The most informative way of measuring your body fat percentage is without a doubt a DEXA scan. We're here at the Wellness Garage in White Rock, BC, also home to Bodycomp Imaging. They share a space. We're going to be doing some tests today. So I'm going to be doing a DEXA scan, which is a measure of your body composition. So your body fat, your muscle mass, as well as your bone density. Because they'll explain it inside. It's raining. Let's go. Full disclosure, this video was recorded back at the end of 2021, hence the masks. I didn't post it at the time mainly due to lack of commitment to my own plan. I'm ready to turn that around though, so let's continue with the video.
We are doing a body composition scan. So we're going to scan your whole body. We're going to see how much fat there is, how much lean there is. So that's your muscles and your organs combined, and then your bones as well. That's a good question. A lot of people come in just because they're starting a new fitness routine, weight loss program. They want to see where they're at and kind of where they want to be. We get bodybuilders coming in pre-competition to see where they're at.
I am no bodybuilder, but
all right. So the DEXA scan is the gold standard in terms of accuracy. Calipers are user dependent, depends from day to day and who's measuring you, so they're not super accurate. The numbers we're getting with the DEXA scan are very reproducible. The machines are being actually calibrated using cadavers. So cadavers were scanned and then dissected and weighed, and that's how the machines have been calibrated. Okay. There's been some updates to their calibrations over the last 12 years where body fat's actually increased, which people don't love, but it is more accurate. I'll explain a little bit about the technology that we're using here. It's a dual energy X-ray beam that we're using. So it's super low dose of radiation. I usually tell people it's equivalent to about 10 hours of background radiation that you get during the day.
Radiation exposure is measured in units called millisieverts. A whole body DEXA scan has an approximate radiation dose of 0.003 millisieverts, where dental X-ray would be around 0.005. The average annual natural background radiation level in the US is approximately 3 millisieverts, which works out to a rough figure of around 0.008 millisieverts per day. Natural background radiation consists of the radiation all around us from, for example, the Earth's crust, radon in the soil in the ground, and cosmic radiation from outer space. With that said, let's get into what happens during the test. So the technician will first take your basic information, such as your age and height. This info will then be used in the analysis and to recommend specific courses of action, depending on what your goals are. Before starting the test, you'll be asked to remove any metal items, such as jewelry or clothing with metal fasteners, which is something that I forgot to do repeatedly.
And you don't have zippers on your shorts underneath your pants?
Oh, actually, you know what? There are zippers on my shorts.
Oh.
The machine itself is an open table with a large scanning arm. To ensure an accurate image, the technician will use positioning devices to help you hold still. This could be positioning blocks, or in my case, some good old-fashioned tape.
I'm sure we're in the right place.
While you're lying down flat, the table moves in order for the arm to pass over your body around 7 times using low-dose X-rays. There are actually 2 different X-ray beams, and these help differentiate between bone, fat, and other lean mass such as your muscles and organs.
So we're all finished?
So after the scan's complete, the technician will take some time to analyze the results and produce detailed reports on the findings. When I say detailed, that's absolutely no exaggeration. So other than measuring body composition, DEXA scans are also typically used to measure a person's bone mineral content and density. So this is useful to see how healthy your bones are and to identify any risks of fracture or potentially even diagnose osteoporosis. So while I won't be showing my personal results, Bodycomp has these sample reports available on their site, links down below of course, to give you an idea of the information that is provided during the scan. So the bone density report provides detailed information for each section of your body, which can help identify potential trouble spots. You'll receive your overall T-score and Z or Z-score, depending on where you live, which are statistical terms that show how your results compare to an average healthy young person, as well as an average person your own age. The whole body lean and fat composition report provides a similar level of detail. A percent body fat will be provided for each section of your body again, along with your overall figure. Because the information is broken up into different areas, it's also interesting to see the differences between your left and right sides. This information is useful to identify any muscular imbalances, but can also provide additional insight for athletes. For example, a powerlifter would definitely be aiming for symmetry. However, a right-handed tennis player would probably be expected to have more muscle mass in their right arm compared to their left. The report also provides an analysis specifically on the android and gynoid areas. You might have heard of the waist to hip ratio being used as a measure of health and health risks. Think of the android gynoid ratio as a more specific version, as it's using actual measured percentages of fat in those areas rather than assuming them implicitly based on your measurements. Fat cells in the android region are predominantly visceral. Subcutaneous fat is the fat just beneath your skin, the stuff that you can actually pinch with your fingers. Visceral fat, on the other hand, lies deep within the body and surrounds your organs. This type of fat is more linked to the risk of medical issues such as heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and high cholesterol. Your results are then summarized, and you'll also receive an estimate of your resting metabolic rate, or RMR, which is calculated based on your lean mass. So your RMR is the rate at which your body burns energy, i.e. calories, when it's at a complete rest. To get your estimated daily caloric needs, you would then multiply your RMR by a factor, which differs depending on your activity levels. Your technologist will go over all of that information with you and will help you come up with a realistic plan and goals depending on your individual circumstances. While you can get a body fat number from doing a skin fold measurement with calipers or a bioelectrical impedance device, their accuracy varies depending on the person measuring or how much water you've had to drink. The other gold standard, hydrostatic weighing, or the dunk tank, will give you an accurate body fat number, but, well, you gotta get dunked. A DEXA scan will give you a similar accuracy to the dunk tank, but with data on steroids. You'll know exactly where and how much fat and muscle you have, in addition to finding out your bone density. You'll also get information on the more dangerous visceral fat, which you wouldn't be able to get with other methods.
If you're a data geek like me, a DEXA scan will definitely give you that fix. All the data in the world, however, won't help your motivation. It's been around 1.5 years since I posted my video on the rehit protocol. If you're not familiar, it's a super interesting workout requiring literally only 40 seconds of maximal intensity activity and giving similar benefits to HIIT. Sounds too good to be true, I know, but it's backed by multiple research studies. I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below. Again, I'm ready to give it another go, and I'll be posting some follow-up content, so be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to follow along and to help keep me accountable. If you learned something or enjoyed the content, please hit that like button, it would be much appreciated. If you want to check out that video on the rehit protocol, it'll be right here. And if you want to see me build a coffee table that converts into a 4-player arcade machine, check that out right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.